Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you some interesting use cases for Vectric V-Carve conversions. I'll cover both conversions to metric from Imperial and Imperial from metric. If you want to learn the quick and easy method for making these conversions and their uses, follow along with me and let's get this started. Okay, let's start by first mentioning that we're going to cover two different conversions here. We're going to cover the formula for converting Imperial to metric and converting metric to Imperial. So what are the use cases for using either of these conversions? One of the biggest ones would be is that sometimes you're going to create vectors or purchase vectors from online vendors, and they're not going to match the settings that you use for your CNC. So for example, I want to create a cutting board that's 19 by 12 inches and 1.5 inches thick. So that part's easy enough. And I purchased a vector graphic, DFX format in this case, from an online vendor. So when I go to import the bitmap or vector, I select it and I open it, but where is it? Well, let me zoom out a little bit and we'll show you where it is. You see, this particular vector was not made in inches, but was made in millimeters. So what we need to do is that we need to convert our metric to imperial. And the way we can do that is to highlight the vector, select it, and go to our transform menu. And we're going to set the selected object size, and that's going to bring that size menu. And we see that this is showing 406 inches by 454 inches, and we know that isn't right. So what we want to do is we want to go behind our width, and we have our XY linked, and we will hit the asterisk key, and we will type I equals, and that converts us to our inches. So now we can apply that, and now we can press F9 to center that on our board. And it's still too big, but at least now we're converting in the right direction. Now if we just want to resize it, we can double click on it, and we can grab one of these handles and drag it into the center and press F9 again to center it on the board, and reduce it again and press F9 to center it. And now we have our vector fully on our cutting board the way we want it. Another use case is within our toolpath or tool databases. If we've received bits from a vendor that are metric and we want to convert to inches, you can use the example here, like my my metric 6 millimeter end mill. Just go down to our units and we change those to inches. Now as you notice, the diameter and pass depth and the step over, none of those changed from millimeters to inches in their measurement. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our asterisk, and in this case it's going to be from millimeters again, or we're going to convert imperial from metric, so it's asterisk I equals, and that changed the step over and the diameter. And for our pass depth, we would again use asterisk I equals, and that sets our depth. For your feeds and speeds, if you change those, like say we want to go from millimeters per minute to inches per minute, you can just drop down that button and it automatically converts your feed and plunge rates. So that's our second reason for doing conversions from metric to imperial. And of course you could use the same in reverse, which I'll demonstrate now. Exiting our tool database, and we'll discard those changes because I don't want to keep them. Then we'll also delete our vector graphic. And now we're going to change our tool setup from inches to millimeters. So if we switch over to millimeters, you see that it automatically converted the sizes, and we can click on OK. Now we can import our bitmap or our vector, and this time we're going to open it in the inch configuration, and you see that's super tiny right there in the middle. So to convert that, we're going to double click on our select object size, and this time we're going to use asterisk M equals to convert from our imperial settings to our metric settings. And you'll see that changed that to 247 millimeters by 277 millimeters. Click on apply, and there we have our vector in the size we would want. You can click close, and again, going through our tools database, we can take a tool, and in this case I'm going to open an imperial tool this time. We'll take a 1/4 inch end mill, and we'll change the units to millimeters, and we're going to say asterisk M equals to change our step over and diameter to millimeters, and then we can use asterisk M equals for the pass depth, and that will also change it. Pretty easy way to do things. We'll go ahead and close that out and discard that and delete our vector. And to close out, I want to give you these formulas. So if you want to convert imperial to metric, let's use a more readable font and change our size there to about 14. So if we want to convert imperial to metric, we're going to have the size, which I'm representing with X, followed by asterisk, and that's going to be M, and equals. If you want to convert metric to imperial, it'll be the size, followed by asterisk, I equals. So there are our two different conversion methods, and hopefully that will help you in the future if you happen to be using DFX or need to make changes to tool databases. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please take the moment to like and subscribe, and I'm going to follow on with a couple of other videos that I think you might like. Thanks for watching.